Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. It is the opening bell. I'm Ashley Reeve here, guys. An absolute pleasure being with you this morning. It's exactly 1 minute after 9, and we want to try and shape a bit of what we see as a narrative happening in the market. We had a interesting one from President Trump, and we're going to actually kick it off with the dollar here this morning. But before we do, remember the information we discuss in this video is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way. All right, so let's get cracking here this morning. We are seeing some movement in the oil. It has risen again. There's been some news on Tehran in the Middle East that has concluded a statement denying any talks with President Trump on ceasefire or the Strait and what is obviously happening in the Middle East. And we're seeing a lot of movement there from the oil price. We are now back at $100 per barrel. And that's pretty interesting because we're seeing a bit of a strength, or the strength in the dollar, come through as well. The conflict between the U.S. and Israel and Iran and the escalating thereof. So markets are worried about oil supply disruptions, especially the Strait. And so the dollar's gaining a bit of strength as investors move into safer assets. We do know that rising energy prices could lead to high inflation and possibly interest rate hikes. So if we do look at, the oil price here, we are currently at $99 per barrel. And that's very important because we are at the Asian high here. All right, we've pointed or resisted at roughly 100.73. We're looking to see, because the London session is obviously officially started now at 9 a.m. So we're looking to see, would there be a breakout here during the start of the London session? If so, this could give us a bias for today to see the oil price continue the surge up, possibly to somewhere around, firstly, the 102 area, which is yesterday's London session, part of yesterday's London session momentum. And we're going to see if we even surpass that. If we do, we could be revisiting the 109, which was the fall, and where the oil price actually pushed down from. You can see it right there. Look at that. Big push to the downside over here. So let's see what happens today with the oil price. We're also looking at the Euro USD. We're seeing the start of the London session is a little bit higher. We're seeing the Euro come out strong there at the start of London. And I think that's very important to see. Tato, good morning to you. Is everything good on your side? Maybe just put in the chat facility there. Am I audible? Is the visual there? You can quickly just pop it in there for me. All right, Tato. We're seeing the London session, really come out strong here with the Euro. And we waiting to see, whether price will obviously continue the surge in the London session if we break the Asian today. If we do, obviously, we're looking to go back to the New York high here of yesterday. If not, we could be coming through to this down through the support here and coming back down to these levels. I would not think that this price would go dip all the way down here. It would rather be more or less to this London low here. That's what I'm, interpreting from a structural perspective. That's about 1.15233. So it's intraday movement that Ash is pointing out here this morning. That's about it. It's not anything from a long-term perspective at this point. We're actually just looking at the quick volatile movements of what's happening, globally around the Middle East and so forth. All right, there we go. Thanks, Tato. Appreciate you, my friend. So that's important for us to note. The gold price, guys, also very important. Coming out guns blazing. London session. We just finished off with the last hour was a high in the Asian session. I did mention to the guys in the market review that if we do break above yesterday's New York and London high, we could be going back up again for the gold price. And obviously we're looking at the most recent highs that we want to try and find, which would be around 4678. That's yesterday's London, not London, yesterday's New York high. There was only one high yesterday in New York, and that was around $4,678 per ounce. The Asian session in London was a tad bit higher than that in terms of the high. So yesterday's high was created and developed during the Asian and London session. So it's New York we'll be looking for today if we do see it surge to the upside. And don't forget the BTC, guys. We're bouncing off a 70,000 US dollar mark there. We're seeing that, if the dollar does continue to strengthen, we could be going to 68,000, which is the second line that you can see horizontally right over there. But obviously, we're looking at the structure here. This is what some of the guys will deem as a flag. We have the pole right here. We have the flag extension to the right, and we're waiting for a breakout. So, if we do get a break above, and I would really give the guys this 71,780 around yesterday's New York and London high, then there'd be a much stronger follow through for BTC to go up back to the 75,000 per coin. At this point in time, guys, this is a riskier asset, so investors are looking at that at this point in time. So please make sure that you check it out as well. That's BTC. Don't forget USD JPY. What's important to know about the yen, we cannot pass this or look the other way. The yen did weaken past the 158. The oil prices, due to the oil prices starting to rise again, but because obviously Japan imports a lot of oil, so higher oil prices hurts the economy, and obviously inflation in Japan came in lower than expected, and the impact really is that the yen may stay weak if energy prices keep rising, and the Bank of Japan here is unlikely to change those interest rates soon. So, if the dollar continues to strengthen today, Ash is looking at the high here of 158. That's yesterday's New York high. And if we break above that, I'll be looking at the minute frames from the 1 minute all the way to the 12 minute. I'll be looking at those time frames to engage for some trades back up to the 159. But I'm going to be waiting for this one. All right, we're seeing a bit of a support that's coming out at the London. Same here. It's at the same support that happened 2 days ago. Obviously, today's Tuesday, so this was Friday. We saw Friday's move here. Look at that. Friday had a support in London, pushing it all the way up. So this support might hold again today. That's if the dollar continues to strengthen. But, I'll be right there waiting and looking, at the door of those lows and those highs to engage the markets. And then lastly, perhaps here, just the silver price. A lot of divergence is seen here. A lot of divergence is seen here. All right. And what's important for us then to note now is that with that divergence, we're either pushing up past, and you can see the London there, especially on the 12 minute and the 15 minute, you can clearly see the divergence. We might be pushing up back to the 73.75 area of silver, which is Friday's highs. That is what we're looking at this point in time. There's a lot of divergence here, so I'm pretty convinced that we're going to see some upside a little bit here this morning first before we see any turn in events. All right, but please pay attention to the fundamentals. It's breaking news, guys. Tehran is denying the U.S. talks, and we are looking at a lot of volatility that's going to come from that. So join us also now on our live trading room this afternoon at 2 o'clock. We want to obviously further in and see what these technicals provide, yeah? But that's it from me this morning, guys. Have a fantastic one. It's good to be with you. Good to be with you here. It's 9 minutes after 9 this morning on the 24th of March. I keep saying to you guys, we are steamrolling through the months. All right, we're already at the end of the third month of 2026. It's very interesting, and we are waiting to see what happens for the rest of the week. All right, in the Middle East. Yeah. Have a good one. Ashley Reeve here. If you've not opened up an account with us, guys, remember www.tdmarkets.com. You can also email us at care@tdmarkets.com. That's it from me this morning. Ashley Reeve here. Ciao, ciao.